Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Amanda and I thought it would be fun to do a haul video slash shop my stash. I think this is everything. There's probably things that I'm missing, but I've been shopping over the last year since I've been away from YouTube, and I haven't been doing any videos on the stuff because I haven't been making videos. So I thought it would be fun to go through and show you some stuff here. This is it all laid out. We're gonna move everything back over and show you the stuff one by one. So strap in. If you have any ideas for any of these things that you want me to do or participate in or show you, then please do tell. Okay, so there's actually going to be no rhyme or reason to this. This is the first thing that I bought. I bought it a while ago. As you can see, it's a little bit dirty, but it's a pencil case, and it's one of the best pencil cases I've ever had in my life. It's quite big, so if you like to take your art supplies places and do a lot of work outside of your house, this is perfect for you. I just like to carry a lot of stuff in my pencil case but don't want it in a bag where I have to dig, so I have got this. And there's a couple of things in here that I have actually recently bought, so I'm going to show you those things as well. These pens, for example, are Shore and Marsh pens, and they are double-ended. They're like Tombows, but they're just cheaper. I bought these so that I could add some colour to my sketchbooks quickly without having to get any paint out or whatever. So there's a variety of colours in here. I'm not going to get them all out because that's going to be annoying, but there is a variety of colours here, and I will link everything in the description below. They will be probably affiliate links if I can find them. If not, then they'll just be normal links, so you can see the prices, because I can't remember the prices of everything. But Shore and Marsh is a new brand that has appeared in Hobbycraft. I don't know if it's a new brand anywhere else or if it's been around for a while, but it's a new brand in Hobbycraft. So, and I've also got these Docrafts or Docrafts Artists dual-ended pens as well. There's a little nib there, and there is also a smaller brush nib. This is the colour Wheat. But they're really cool to just add colour again, and they had a little bit of a different selection of colours than the Shore and Marsh ones, so I got those. And then the other thing that's relatively new that I haven't really talked about on this channel is these Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2 water soluble wax crayons. They are quite cool. I don't use them that much, but I would like to use them in my sketchbooks. It's just that every time I open my sketchbook and use it, I'll show you here, I tend to just do gouache paintings for days in my sketchbooks, so I don't use my sketchbook for anything else. Another new thing as well that I'll quickly mention is these, this pack of 12 coloured leads, and they're for my clutch pencil. This one is my cheap clutch pencil, and it's a 2mm, I think. Yeah, 2mm lead. So it's fun to have different colours for thicker leads as well, and these don't break as much, but they're still fun to use. So I got those off of Amazon as well, and like I said, all the links will be in the description. And I also got an extra Posca pen, uni Posca pen, so that I could put details and stuff in. But that's all the new stuff. I think I've had the rest of the stuff for years. Next up is something that I didn't actually buy myself. It's this Premium Artists A5 Sketchbook 3-pack, and it's craft paper. I haven't even opened this. It's for dry techniques. There's 20 sheets, it's 170 GSM, it's a ribbon tie. You could probably use gouache in these as well. But my son actually got me this for Christmas or my birthday, I can't remember. While he was out with his gran, they saw these craft sketchbooks. But I thought they would be quite cool, if I can get one out, to customise the covers. So I could paint something on the covers, and they have a tie closure thing, which is quite cool, so I could maybe paint on these and maybe sell them as sketchbooks with original art on it, or just use it myself. I would probably feel a bit weird about charging somebody for something, but if you would like to see me customise the covers, then do tell. It's kind of hard because it'll probably be landscapes or just like food items. I don't know. I don't know what would go on these covers, but it's fun. I don't know about the paper. It feels alright. It's quite thick actually. It feels alright. It could be a fun project to do. And there's 3 of them in there, and I think they were pretty cheap, but they were from Aldi, so you probably can't get these again. I will try and find a similar pack online. I don't know how much they were. They were probably pretty cheap. I would say probably less than 20 quid. So yeah, but look at the, I don't know what coloured pencils they used, but it's not very good, not very decent paper. This is another sketchbook that I have used. I painted over and covered this page because I didn't like the painting that I did on it, but that's the only thing I've did on it. So this is a mixed media Stillman and Byrne Zeta series premium sketchbook, and it's 270 GSM, 26 pages. It's meant for all sorts of media, dry, wet, watercolour, ink techniques, and it is a smooth surface white. So yeah, it's supposed to be a smooth sort of hot pressedy paper, which I enjoy. I can't remember exactly if I liked it or not. This was a plein air painting, so I was out of my element on this painting. So I'm excited to try this sketchbook out, and I probably will do a review and a flip through by the time I'm done with it. Next up is this thing. It is a hopes and dreams. It's a little like carry case thing for your books. It came with a lined notebook, but I've recently put in a sketchbook in here. I literally only did one little sketch in there, and it was like really uncomfortable. I was at my son's football club. I don't like sketching in front of people, so it was a bit weird, so I just shut it. But it's got all these like pockets and stuff. It's got a pocket in the back to hold the back of the book in, and you can stick like pens in here and even like pencil rubbers and stuff and close it, and it still works. Like, it's so good. You could maybe even fit a whole watercolour palette in here if you squeeze it down, but it's not meant for that. But I just like these because it protects your sketchbooks if you just have sketchbooks like this, and you can easily carry it around, and you don't have to have a pencil case with you if you just have a pen or a couple of pens or whatever you want to use in there. And it's easy to kind of create on the go, and you don't need to take a bag with you. It zips up, and there's loads of different patterns and stuff like that for this. I got it at WH Smith, but I'm sure you could probably find them online. Again, I'll have a look and we'll see. And the sketchbook inside is from a 3-pack of sketchbooks that I got at the range. They're just cheap sketchbooks. You could probably, you know, find better paper than this, but I'm sure it'll be fun to test the kind of media that you can use in these kind of books. So they came in a 3-pack for really cheap. Sorry, I moved that then a little bit, but this is the next thing, which is my Seawhite of Brighton sketchbooks, and I got 2 of these. This one's dirty. The other one got dirty real fast as well, so I painted it yellow and then it got dirty again, but it looks better dirty yellow and painted with stickers on it than it does white. So it's a Seawhite of Brighton sketchbook, and it's square. It's a really tiny one. I don't know exactly the dimensions because it doesn't tell you, but the paper in this is really good. It actually uses or takes gouache really well, not watercolour. I haven't tried watercolour on it yet, but even though it's quite thin, it does take gouache really well. It lays flat once it's dried, like it doesn't buckle at all, and it's really good for sketching too. It is a little bit of a weird size. I think maybe if it was a little bit thinner or bigger, it would be better, because I think that it's quite awkward to work in, especially if you are on the go and you don't have a table. But other than that, it's a really cheap and cheerful sketchbook. They don't sell decent sketchbooks in Hobbycraft anymore, but I did get this in Hobbycraft, but you can get them online, and I will pop it up. I think they are a little bit more dear now, or a little bit more dear online than they were in Hobbycraft. So that sucks, but I'm sure you'll be able to find something similar for something of the same sort of price. I also got another palette knife. I've actually got the exact same one, pretty much, I think, in my stash here somewhere. Yeah, this is the same one. It's obviously a different, I don't know why it's so different, to be honest. This one looks way more just nicer. I think maybe I got the wrong version. Basically, it's got paint all over it. I mean, this is probably gouache and I probably could wash it off, but I just wanted another one just in case I need two at the same time. Like I'm mixing paint and this one's covered in paint and I don't have anywhere to wipe it off, so then I can use this one because I decided to go ahead and purchase something very special, which is the Winsor & Newton Artisan water mixable oil colours. This is the beginner set, and I had these before. I had a whole set of them. I think I had like 13 colours or something, and they were in bigger tubes as well, but I got rid of them because I had a massive white too. I'm so mad that I got rid of that white. I decided to get these again because I want to make artwork for myself, for my own house. I didn't have enough paint gouache wise and stuff, so I decided to get these. In the mixing set you get cadmium yellow pale hue, permanent alizarin crimson, French ultramarine, Bethel green, yellow ochre and titanium white. So I think I might have problems mixing these colours together. I'm not sure. I'm going to do a test before I do a painting. Yeah, they're weird colours. I don't usually use these kind of colours to mix with. There's a whole, you get to see like how they work and stuff, so it does teach you a little bit about it. Rules with Artisan, which white to use, underpaintings with acrylics, Artisan and conventional oil colours, varnishing, removing varnish, recommended stuff, colour mixing, things like that. So that'll be fun to play around with, and we'll see how that goes as a beginner set as well. Like there is no dark colour in here, but obviously you can mix your own dark colour with these three, even these three. Let me just talk about these two for a minute. This is the Rowney Aquafine Smooth Watercolour paper, and the reason I got this is because I want to do a project where I make 100 paintings in gouache. I want to try different papers for gouache in the meantime as well, and I really like hot pressed paper for gouache, and this is the only hot press paper that I can buy in my local Hobbycraft, so that's why I bought it, because it was the only one available. I have used this before with watercolour and I didn't like it, so I'm hoping that I'll like it with gouache. I'm going to cut up the sheets so that they're A5 size rather than A4, and then I'm going to go online and see if I can get better paper or more for less money, because this was £8.50 and I realised I would have to spend £38, which isn't that much, but I would also have to cut the paper, which is the problem for me because I can never cut this straight. I'm going to ask Matt to help me cut this exactly in half straight, so I'm hoping with his joinery skills he will be able to help me with that. Okay, and I also have Marsh's watercolour paper, which is really good watercolour paper for watercolour, I believe, but I am solely or mostly a gouache artist, and I do not like working with this with gouache, so I'm hoping that I get back into watercolour just so that I can use up this, or I might actually make it into a little sketchbook, send it to somebody, or somebody can buy it from me or whatever, because this is just going to sit there and get wasted. But I think that it would be better to sell it as a book rather than a pad. But yeah, I bought this years ago, and this is literally the first thing that I did with it last week, so I don't use this anymore and I would like to get rid of it. Next up, something fun. I bought this because I wanted a gouache palette. As you can see, I've tested it out a little bit here, but I didn't want to buy an empty one for some reason, even though that would have been less money and easier. But this is a glitter slash metallic watercolour set by Shore and Marsh. Sorry about that noise, that's probably horrible. There's no brand name on it, but it is Shore and Marsh metallic watercolours, and these three had watercolours in it already as well, but I took them out and put Daniel Smith gouache paints in there because I wanted to test to see if I could take gouache on the go without taking tubes or my big Himi gouache palette. So I decided to fill these up, and I will probably get more colours, a few more, maybe white and like a dark colour, burnt sienna or burnt umber, and fill these up with those as well. But I thought it would be fun to just keep the metallics in there as well. The metallics are actually pretty good. I swatched them out and they came out quite nicely. I don't know where my watercolour sketchbook is to show you that, but I squeezed out these Daniel Smith extra fine gouache colours into here, and I had a yellow, a alizarin crimson and a blue as well, and I bought these recently too, so that's part of the haul as well. But I did squeeze these into my Himi gouache palette, which I'm kind of regretting because I can't make videos with these anymore, but also I don't really care. Same with these Hordam gouache colours. I have squeezed most of them into my Himi gouache palette as well, but I bought a couple of these to try out as well, and my thoughts on these are in previous videos, which I will link in the description below too. Next up are these Derwent Inktense pencils. I have the full set of these in a little carry case thing, but I bought these to give to somebody else for a collab, and that collab never went through, so I ended up with extra Derwent colours, and I'm gonna keep these and probably do a little unboxing slash review slash like what can I make with these colours sort of video. You need a white. You really need a white. I don't know why they don't include a white in this. A white would be nice, but you don't get one. So I might actually buy a white before I do the video. But Derwent Inktense pencils are magical. I just don't use them enough because I use other mediums instead. But this is the 12 pack set. Just their, I think, standard 12 pack. So yes, they have been sitting here for 2 or 3 years without being opened. It's a fun little thing to talk about. These are 4 ultra fine mist sprayers by Docrafts as well. I decided to get these because they are small. I only really wanted one, but I want to be able to take them in my little pencil case and just have water to spray on paints if I need to, or my sketchbook, so that I can make cool effects. There's 4 of them, which is good, I guess, if I lose some, but yeah, they're really cheap and cheerful. I really like the Derwent spray bottles that I have. I have 2 of those, but I don't know where they've went, so maybe it is a good job that I've got 4 now. I want to give this thing an honourable mention. It's from Hobbycraft, and it's a plush pumpkin. I got it for free for spending over £20 in Hobbycraft and downloading the app. I recently downloaded the app for Hobbycraft because I do shop in there quite a lot. I've got a loyalty card just because it's easy, accessible, like it's a 15-20 minute drive from my house. It's good. I keep on forgetting about the range actually. I should probably go there more often because they have really good deals and stuff on things as well, and they do have a good art section too. But those are the only 2 arts and craft shops near me. I would have to get the train to Edinburgh or Glasgow to go to a proper art shop. But this was free. It's not an art supply. It's a craft supply, I guess, or a decoration or a pin cushion, something like that. Okay, last but not least here we have some brushes. I actually have more over there that I want to show you as well. They're long-handled ones, but I have a bunch of different types here. We have the Shiraz type, which I have in a square, a round and a rigger, and I think that's all. Yeah, I got 3. And as you can see, the writing on these have already came off, which is weird because these ones I've had for longer and used a lot more, but they haven't came off. I think that maybe these are better quality ones. But yeah, I got the Shiraz because apparently they're good for acrylics, but I don't know what kind of brushes I like to use with gouache. It's quite hard to decide. I tried the Ivory and the Shiraz so far, and I do like the Ivory, but these are supposed to be used for oil colours, which is weird, but they do work quite nicely, or at least these do work quite nicely with gouache. And I did get a whole set of them, long-handled versions, when I thought that I was going to be an amazing oil painter. Here I got a rigger, I got a couple of long flats actually in 0, 4, 8, 6 I think, yeah 6, and then I got a rigger in 4 and 0. Yeah, these purple ones are really old. I don't think I've ever shared them though. They're the silver silk ones, I guess. But yeah, I don't really like long-handled brushes, and I did get a couple of other ones in short-handled as well, but the bristles are so hardened now. I don't know what happened. And then last but certainly not least, I got this number 6 round Princeton Velvet Touch brush just because I seen a lot of other people using it with gouache and I decided to get it too. It's an okay brush and I do prefer it, I think, to the riggers because it holds more water. It's a lot softer. These are quite hard and stiff and kind of plasticky feeling, whereas these feel more like hairs. So I think that I do prefer the Princeton Velvet Touch. And even though the handle does taste a little bit funky, no, I've never munched on it. It feels a little bit funky. It's fine. I can handle it. Bonus thing here, if you've actually stayed, this is a Staedtler's Marsh plastic eraser, and I got this because I was sick of losing my other one, and this is easy to take on the go. So these are really good erasers. I like them, and they're good for precision as well. So that's all of the supplies that I've recently bought. Again, please tell me in the comments below if you want to see any of these in action and what kind of videos you want me to produce with these, if any. And thank you again so much for watching, and please remember to comment, like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.